makeup loving friends? It's been another, well, not quite a week. It's been like, what, 5 days, but because we're filming on a Friday now, because you might have noticed I have other people here with me. Yes! So I have Missa. If you don't know her, where have you been? What's wrong with you? Question your life choices. I also have Elaina. Also, if you don't know her, you're a bad, bad person, because I've talked about her many, many times, and, you know, just get on it. Follow them both. I'll be annoyed if you don't. But we're going to talk about the new makeup releases of the last week, and there's loads and loads of things to talk about because it's just mental. But before we get into that, we have just some general housekeeping, general announcements. It was announced we're all part of a group which is Mrs. Patreon. It's called the Sexy Sausages. It's a whole thing. We have mugs now. We have merch. Not really, but whatever.
No, we don't.
We'll get there. God damn it. But one of the girls pointed out that there's this brand called Pound Lashes, which is an indie brand, and I love me an indie brand, but it seems they haven't been so great to their customers because there have been a lot of issues with shipping things or things not arriving or getting wrong orders. And under a more recent Instagram post, there was a load of people who were complaining about basically orders not being fulfilled, and the brand themselves were going in and deleting all of these negative comments, which just seems a bit Jeffree Star-ish, which I think should now be an adjective to just describe dodgy
bad situation.
just
I was about to
dodgy
say
brand stuff. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I know that they have a lot of deals around lashes, and yeah, they are meant to be decent because I know some people who've tried them, but their customer service seems to be a bit iffy.
Beware, just beware.
Yeah, essentially. The other thing is, of course, the Be Perfect Carnival 3 palette came out this week. It was a bit weird. There was a lot of like confusing talk around it where you had to sign up to get exclusive access, and they said that only a few would get it, but then it seems like almost everyone who signed up got it. I mean, I signed up and I got it because I'm an idiot, and I was like, I'm not going to get it. So of course I got 2.
Yeah.
Typical Teresa.
Because I'm an idiot. But I was like, it's for my channel. But there was a lot of issues with the actual website and it crashing, and there was a lot of, like, I kept getting up like forbidden, and because I'm typical Irish Catholic, I'm like, it's forbidden. Don't we know what happened to Adam and Eve? As soon as they were told they couldn't have the apple, that's what they went for. If you tell me I can't have this, then I want it. I mean, it's proper like reverse psychology. You would think, being a psychologist, I'd know better, but no. So they had a lot of issues with the actual site, and I know the owner of Be Perfect, Brendan, even got up on Instagram and was saying he was really upset about it, and they had put in so much money and finances in the last year to try and get this to work, because I mean, let's face it, we're a month on from when Raw Beauty Christie did her collab with Pure Cosmetics, and they had a very, very similar outcome. This is not the first time we've seen this in the beauty industry, where a collab with a brand ends up crashing a site. So, I mean, if I was him, I'd ask for my money back.
He made such a big point of having spent so much money and a whole year developing the site. Ugh.
And I mean, it was a clunky site, even when you did get on it, because I would get on it for a little bit and then it would kick me off.
Yeah, same.
Which I was like, just let me spend my money. Just let me make poor life choices. But eventually,
Be perfect, right? Be perfect, right?
Yeah.
I had issues too when I was ordering XL. Well,
yeah. So it was annoying because they obviously knew this was going to be a big thing. They were like drip feeding us, and then it just, I don't know. But apparently it's sold out now. So
I think there's only limited stock now for the launch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have 2 of them down in my living room.
Mine hasn't arrived yet, and I'm devastated.
It's so quick. It's crazy.
Yeah, sometimes we get nice things. The other thing that we have to talk about is I got quite a few comments under our last video together because we talked briefly about the brand Titmouse, and a lot of people were saying, what is this? Tell me about it.
Heaps of questions.
Yes, and it hasn't launched yet. It's kind of burgeoning. So I reached out to Romy, who is the owner of Titmouse, and I asked her just to give me some info on it. By the way, she has her own channel on YouTube. It's called Makeup by Romy. Do check her out. She's a lovely lady. But this is what she said. She said that Titmouse is an online shop selling and representing smaller UK-based indie brands. She said all of the brands that are there are not tested on animals. And she said that the idea came during lockdown. Thank God, something good to come out of lockdown. And that it came from this idea of trying to shop local and shop small. And she decided that she would combine that with her love for makeup. I said in a previous episode that apparently the name Titmouse comes from a bird from North America. I mean, my mind just goes straight to this.
Me too.
I mean, that's just, I'm a bad person, you know. So Romy said, I've been working with people and in customer service for ages now, as well as being a part-time MUA. So I think, and I've said this before about brands, whenever you're dealing with brands like this, and if it's somebody who has a love of makeup, I think you just get a better experience because they know what it is that you're looking for and they have a passion for it. So she said that she's starting small at the moment. She has 4 brands that she's working with on Titmouse. So it's, rather than going to each of these brands individually and buying one order, you can buy from Titmouse and get, like, say, an eyeliner from this brand, an eyeshadow from this brand. It's sort of like an indie Debenhams, but on a small scale. So at the moment it's 4 brands, but she is looking to go bigger. So at the moment she has the Pastel Roses, DW Cosmetics, Pink Honey, and Sparkle Fantasy Cosmetics. And she of course has her own brand, and she does like all these cool like resin coasters and stuff. So she herself has like a big love for each of these brands. Like, she's tried and tested them herself, so it's not just her kind of gone, who'll do a deal with me? Nah, nah, nah. So she's actually found people and brands that she cares about. Another thing that I found really, really interesting was I was asking her, well, when is it all coming together? Are you shipping worldwide? And she said, I am planning to ship worldwide from the beginning, but I need to figure out for sure the best prices and secure delivery. So I'm not 100% sure at the moment, which I really appreciate, because it could be so easy to just be like, oh yeah, I'll ship internationally, and then you just end up with a fiasco where you're waiting 6 weeks for a package. Yeah. And I personally like it when brands actually take the time to figure out the logistics of that. If she isn't shipping internationally straight away, that's why. She's trying to figure out the best price for everybody involved. And she said that she's hoping to launch next week, but she still has a lot to do. So she said she doesn't want to commit and then not deliver. So, because she doesn't want to make a bad first impression. Again, I think that's really important, and it shows that she is very much thinking about the customer end of it all. Like, you know, she's going to make money out of this, and it'll be easy, well, not easy for her to launch next week, but she could, and she'd make loads of money, but she wants to wait until she has it all sorted and make sure that there's a nice seamless experience. Did you hear that? Be perfect. Seamless experience. So she's saying that it's going to launch properly come August, like the end of August. So
I would just love if she got so much support at the beginning, and then she was able to expand into more and more indie brands. You know, once they see that it's working. So
I would love to see similar in US, because, you know, like all the cool stuff you girls got there, and here it's like here and there. This.
Absolutely. And I mean, if there's one thing that we noticed from looking at like the new releases every week, it's that there's so much indie brands. I have so many people commenting underneath going, I've never heard of this brand, I've never heard of this brand, I've never heard of this brand. And even when Missa was at mine and she was looking at my stuff, she was like, I've never even heard of these places.
No.
So like there's lots of things happening. So yeah, just keep an eye out. I think this is such a brilliant idea. I'm really, really excited about it. So best of luck to Romy. yeah, I said, well, we're getting kind of into it now. Thank you guys for tagging me in things. Missa even tagged me in something this week because she was like,
I just want to get my name read out.
yeah. She was like, you're going to want this. I did actually end up buying that today.
Did you?
I did, because I have problems. And I thought it was funny because I had actually been talking about that brand when you were over and about some of the things that we were like, they should really do X, Y, Z. And it was like, are you listening to us? Spooky. But thank you, of course, to Missa, who is here. So I have to say thank you to her. Jenny, Shahina, Tia, Brianna, and Kelly, you guys all tagged me in things. It makes it a lot easier because you guys spot things that I don't. Because I'm not great at that sort of thing. But we'll head straight into
Probably because you're legally blind.
There is that. Missa did try my glasses and she was like...
It actually gave me a migraine, Elaina.
I know, it does. Like when you put something like that on, it's like you can.
Yeah. I mean, I do think that people should know that about me and admire me for even managing to be able to put anything onto my face.
It is impressive.
I mean, yeah. So the first thing that we've to talk about is Sugarpill. They've released a new gloss. It's called Crystal Trinket. So it's like...
I can actually see in this screenshot that Elaina tagged you in this.
Oh, yes, you did.
And you didn't thank her.
I'm sorry, Elaina. I love you. You know I love you. Please don't hate me.
But a giveaway, right?
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm a bad person.
Anyway.
I mean, yeah.
So I tagged everything, so you can't remember.
I mean, yeah, that's it. In fairness, myself and Elaina are tagging each other in things most days. So I did end up screenshotting this. So it's going to appear on your screen. It is a peach gloss and there's like gold flecks in it. What are we thinking?
I like that it smells of creamsicle.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what a creamsicle smells like, but I assume pleasant.
Elaina will know. Is it not an American thing?
I'm not 100% sure. I'm not weeks, but I do have Profusion lip glosses with sparkles in them for $2 for 3. So,
And here we have our resident drugstore saying, here is a dupe that's much cheaper. Also, Missy, you should know better than to say like, oh, Elaina will know about this junk food thing. The woman, when she's drunk, eats a bag of carrots. True story, guys. True story.
Those are raw carrots too.
Yeah, like Elaina is properly like, my body is a temple.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. My body is a garbage heap.
Same.
But I mean, it kind of reminds me just a smidge of the Lunar Beauty Celine, because that's like peach and has like goldy flecks to it as well. And this is, I think, $1 more expensive.
It's really pretty. It's not for me, but it's nice.
Yeah.
Sugarpill's a good brand.
Yeah, I mean, no harm there. Next thing is Kylie Skin. They have a new limited edition lip balm set, and they come in tropical berry, mai tai, mint, honey vanilla, juicy peach, and watermelon, and you can get the whole set for $36. I mean,
it's like wake me up when it's over.
Pretty much. I mean, Kylie Skin got into trouble, was it a year ago, when they were putting stuff into their skincare products that was like, no, don't put that in there. That will tear at your skin. Right. So I'm like just waiting for somebody to point out like, no, that's not going to be good for you. The price point isn't that bad because it's $36 for like 6 of them. So that works out as being $6 each. So it's more on like the affordable kind of end for her, but I mean, it's whatever. Like,
it's a no from me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever bought anything from Kylie Skin or Kylie Cosmetics, and I can't really see myself getting anything. But yeah, I mean, obviously Elena's all over that. She's like, yeah.
She has 6 Profusion glosses to show us.
Exactly.
She's like, here.
I've got glitter in them, glitter.
Let me bring you to AliExpress. They do this.
I'll feed asbestos to everybody.
So Moorish. I mean, so it gives you a beautiful glow at the end of the day. The next thing is this Yves Saint Laurent, or YSL, if you're not confident with pronouncing French like myself. They have a new 10-pan palette, and it is $110.
Oh.
I'm so glad I was looking at the screen and was able to see Elena's face, because her just look of horror.
Like I ate a sour carrot.
Pretty much. Oh.
I mean, it's quite nice.
Yeah, it looks pretty.
Yeah, like, I will say, I think it's like any of those high-end brands, whenever they come out with an eyeshadow palette, it tends to be very muted and very like,
yeah,
oh, this is a bit Karen. And I do think it's one of the more interesting color stories, but like $110.
I would pay £30 for it.
Yeah, I think that would be a fair price.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
10 shades.
And YSL are like, we don't want to.
Laughing at my poor bum.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Here, Natasha Denona is the same, so you know it's just a.
But in fairness to Natasha, you'll get more shades.
Yeah, that's.
So, I mean,
and she's a makeup artist, isn't she? So it's a bit more kind of.
Yeah, it's sort of like if you're buying like Pat McGrath or is it Merrick's? I can't even remember.
Vanessa Merrick's.
That's the one. I was like, Merrick's. Like, those are the brands that you're like, oh, people actually, again, they know makeup, so you're like, oh, okay, I feel a bit more confident giving them my money. I mean, not that I like giving people my money, but like,
I'd like to swatch this in a shop, but now we're not allowed to swatch anything.
No, so. I mean, it's making it so much more difficult for me. Next thing that we have is Eface by Roberta, whoever Roberta is. It's a new skincare thing, which was developed apparently in this woman Roberta's medical spa in LA. So, you know, that's our girl Elaina. She lives in LA, so she's like, oh yeah, I know all about this sort of thing. And it's right in your price point as well. There is the Glow Me Brightening and Hydrating Moisturizer. And it has hyaluronic acid, which, you know, makes sense, that moisturizes, and hojic acid. And it is apparently going to leave your skin glowing, plump, and baby smooth for $75.
Ooh. $75.
A steal. A steal.
Well, I'll stick with the one that you gave me for free. Thanks.
I mean,
I get similar items in my BoxyCharm, technically for free. So I get very good skincare. So
yeah, you do. I'm so jealous.
Do.
I really want to get BoxyCharm and Dipsy, but they're awkward and don't send to Ireland. So
yeah, Americans have way better beauty boxes, Elaina.
The next thing they have is Glow Me Retexturizing Pads. So there's 60 pads. They say they're highly efficacious. So, I mean, great. Alcohol-free, hydroxy acid. What was the thing that we were talking about last week? There was like peptide something 11. And we were like, oh yeah, that's fantastic. Let's.
It sounds like that. Same thing.
It's I mean, they're like exfoliating, I think, hydroxy acid.
I mean, they just use all these big words, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll take your word for it. I know that Kelly is going to say something because she said something last week, and she was like, well, actually, it's blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I won't remember any of this. But I was like, yeah, that's our resident science expert. That one is $39, but you get 60 pads, so it works out as being like, 65 cents per pad.
That's actually quite tempting.
Yeah, that's not bad, like when you think of it. Like that's 2 months worth essentially of stuff. Like I think that's more affordable. And Elena's like,
I got glycolic acid from The Ordinary, and it's like the whole bottle is gonna last me forever. So
yeah,
it's great.
I mean, they ship to Boots now, so like you don't even have to faff around on Beauty Bay and stuff now, which is quite nice. They also have the Rapid Fade Away HQ. It's an advanced multi-active formula designed for rapid and significant improvement in the appearance. Full stop. But they don't say in the appearance of what, which I'm like, Trend Mood, because I did, by the way, steal all of these from Trend Mood. I will put down in the description box where I've gotten all of these pictures from, because I am just a pirate just wandering around and stealing things. They say it's an innovative whitening complex combined with alpha hydroxy acids and botanical extracts to maximize penetration, which sounds dirty, and stimulate cell turnover. EPH quinone TM, which is trademarked, interrupts the melanogenesis. Well done me, I pronounced it. Pathway at multiple points, resulting in rapid and effective improvements in age spots and other excess pigmentation. Suitable for all skin types, especially patients with rosacea and sensitive skin, post-procedure and acne. So I'm assuming that they're trying to say it's like good for like, you know, if you've like surgical scars or whatever and you're trying to minimize the appearance of that, or maybe like sunspots. But I know that a lot of people use like say vitamin C for that. So I know that works pretty well. And this is $117.
Lovely.
That's all right. I'll just have a wrinkly, leathery face. I mean, that's half the price of Botox, essentially.
If it was cheaper, like a lot cheaper, I would try it.
Yeah, like if it was like, I think the most I would pay for that would be like maybe $60. Like if it actually, I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna feel bad about it.
If it really worked, then
yeah.
Mind you, if it really, really worked, it'd probably be worth that price.
Yeah.
By the way, if you want to cut this out, you can cut this out later, but I just got a text from Ranelle. So the chat replay is available from my life yesterday. So everybody is looking for a reading about the plaid person.
Yeah, well, we definitely need to include this because this is important. On the day that this goes up, which is a Sunday, every Sunday, Elaina does a live on her channel at 8 p.m. It is amazing. If you think that her makeup right now looks brilliant, like this is just her like, oh yeah, I just threw something on, look. But she does the most amazing, like, I mean, she's an artist. Like my own 70-year-old father once walked in while I was watching her on YouTube and he was like, that's not makeup though, that's artistry. And when a 70-year-old man says that, you know it's true. But every Sunday Elaina does a live on her channel and it is just so much fun. And myself and Missa are pretty much always in the comments just taking the piss and just having a giggle. So do check out Elena's channel. I'll have it linked down in the description box. Subscribe to her, set on your notifications so you can be there for her lives on Sundays. They're usually on at 8 p.m. British Standard Time, and just come hang out with us. It is so much fun. Seriously, I love it.
It's the best time.
Yeah.
And sometimes
the best people.
They're also here and they like post like perverted messages and they played me. Like I bought everything.
I mean,
that was a good one.
That was so bad.
It was like the one night I was like, I'm gonna go and have a walk and be healthy.
A walk.
Ugh, how very dare I? I come back and they were like, you've missed everything, and I was like, what?
Yeah, it was wonderful. But in general, Elena's lives, like, I usually get quite depressed on a weekend for some reason. I don't know why. And then Elaina goes live and it always boosts my mood. So everyone needs to go and check her channel because it's the best time.
Definitely.
Thank you, Miss. I love you too. When I see you first in chat, I'm like, Miss is here. Oh my God.
Yeah. It's like, I think actually Miss is just like waiting.
Oh, yeah.
She's just like ready to pounce. Because I'm usually in early as well. I'm like second or third person in, but like Miss is always first in.
Yeah. Supporting my girl. I love her.
So like seriously, do check that out. She does it every Sunday. So like after you've watched this, set a reminder, go watch her. She's brilliant. Check out her channel. If you don't, I'll cry. And I'm pretty sure this mascara isn't waterproof, so it's gonna be problematic. Yeah. So the next thing from Eface is this Flawless Face Polishing Cleanser. It's a mild brightening scrub with exfoliating microbeads, which I find interesting because I thought we were meant to get rid of microbeads.
If it's plastic, then it's illegal.
Yeah, because I know in Ireland it's not allowed. So I'm interested to know what the microbeads are. But they say that this cosmetically elegant formula provides antioxidant protective coverage, nourishes, enhances skin tone and texture, revealing a fresh and pure complexion. It's suitable for all skin types, and it's $47, which again is quite expensive. But I am wondering if it's made in LA, do they have different rules around like things like microbeads, etc.? Because I know that in the EU and the UK, you're not allowed to have plastics like as part of like your microbeads.
Sometimes those microbeads like dissolve, when you put it on.
Yeah. So I'm like, what are the microbeads? Because I also watched something as well this week, and it was like they didn't seem to dissolve. There was not this brand, but another brand. I was watching it on Beauty News, and they were talking about it, and I was like, breach. I always end up watching them because I end up agreeing with a big chunk of what they say, and they're super sassy, and I love it. Next thing that we have is Benefit. They have another brow product, which I'm like, how many brow products do they actually have at this point? Like,
it's what they do well, though, I guess.
They do. Like, I mean, in fairness, they know their audience. I mean, I currently have, like, one of my project pans is like a little brow, because, I do so much with my brows. They're so prominent. They're two very hungry caterpillars.
I have 4 gimme brows. That's how much I love it. So,
I mean,
they're good at
eyebrows. I can't use that, but I could use that pencil.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think it's like an old fad. That fad's been around for a while. So I'm like,
yeah. I definitely remember like someone like Ciate London or something doing something like this not that long ago. And
AliExpress everywhere.
And Walmart.
How many minutes are we in? And she herself has mentioned AliExpress. I mean, I'm just saying. But like it has those little...
Maybelline has one, L'Oreal has one.
Yeah, because I know I've definitely seen this before, but I know it hasn't been executed very well because like I've never heard anything.
Oh no, they're crap. Yeah, they're absolutely terrible.
Yeah, but like I mean, if it worked well, like I kind of feel like they wouldn't take the chance on releasing a brow product that was rubbish because they would get slated for it, considering this is the thing that they do so well. It is $25 and it comes in blonde, light brown, medium brown and deep brown, and they're available now if you happen to be interested. I mean, obviously I'm super interested. Look at my brows.
Your brows are fabulous.
You can tell the Botox is wearing off because look, I can do that now. It's very upsetting. I apparently have a faster metabolism than I thought, but my metabolism needs to tell my arse
here, but I can't. I told them not to freeze my arches because I gotta be able to like do makeup. I literally sat in the chair. I told my tech, I said, I do makeup on YouTube. Do not freeze my eyebrows.
Yeah.
He looked at me probably, what?
I mean, it is what it is. This is by Bite Beauty. So they have their Millennial Pinks Mini Clean Lip Crayon Set. So it's 4 like lip crayons, one of which is a shade that has already been there, and it has 3 new ones, and they're $39. So it like for all 4 of them, so it works out as being like, oh god, fast math, quickly, like $9.75 each. Yeah. So that's not bad for a lip crayon.
They're boring.
Like, yeah, I mean, there's nothing new about it that I'm like, oh, I need to trip over myself to get that. I like the top shade, No Nino, if I'm pronouncing that right. That's nice, but I do like deep colors. So, but
I like the second one, the Virgin.
Yeah, of course you do. The Virgin Daiquiri. But like, I'm sure if I looked, because I'm looking over at like my lipsticks right now, don't mind my chin, or my waddle, if anyone remembers that from Ally McBeal. But I'm fairly certain I have shades like that already. And while I do buy excessively, I'm like, don't be an idiot. I will be an idiot about eyeshadow palettes, but not so much about other makeup products.
But
so, yeah.
I bet what you don't have already is the next one.
No. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the next one. I'm like, I want.
Yeah. So the next one that we're talking about is Coloured Raine, and they have 6 new liquid lipsticks that are launching on the 17th of August. And I'm just flapping away. These are apparently limited edition, which I'm like, don't do that.
Is this the brand I saw in Target?
That's the one. Yeah. I think this is really smart. I think this is coming at a very, very good time.
Yeah.
Because traditionally everyone has gone for Jeffree Star for like the unusual liquid lipsticks. And now people are like,
I'm looking for colors like that. I'm looking for something like this right now.
Yeah, I think they are so cool, and I'm really glad to see an indie brand like this. I like Coloured Raine, and I think they've really, really good customer service. One of the things I really enjoy when you buy something from them is you get an email from Lorraine, who owns the company, just to say thank you for purchasing. And I'm sure it's an automated email, but I still think it's just that little extra touch that shows that they actually care about the products that they're doing. I mean, I'm obviously looking at the green, which is called Lucky Charm.
I love
them all. Except the metallic one. I don't like that.
Yeah. I find metallics don't look right on me.
What's the price point? It's like $18?
I don't know yet. I couldn't find any information because they've just like, not sneak peeks, but shown this on their Instagram, but they haven't put any information on the prices, and it's not on their website yet because they're not available until next week. So I would say conservatively, yeah, I'd say probably like $18, something like that. It would be around about the price point of, say, like the Jeffree Star stuff, which I think is totally appropriate. And also, can we just say, irony of ironies, it's a black-owned business. Don't buy from Jeffree Star, who is wildly problematic and racist. Yes, I said it. It's all right. Come for me if you need to. But give your money to like a nice little indie brand that actually cares about things and is black owned. So I think that's really cool. I love all of these. I want to know if they are also eye safe, because
ooh, good idea.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't said anything about that, but like, I want them. I think they're so cool.
I'm not into expensive brands, but I want this.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, and I mean, I will say I have some Coloured Raine liquid lipsticks, and they're very comfortable.
They're fantastic.
Yeah, like I don't feel weird or whatever about recommending them, because I think they're up there as some of my favorite liquid lipstick formulas. They're definitely like top 5. So I'm like, yeah, I want it. You're going into.
I wonder if they'll sell them as a pack. That would be really cool. I would buy them all.
Be really smart. And if they could bundle them and like have it so that you're buying all 6 for, I don't know, like $70 or something,
I would do it.
Saving. I'd be like, I probably wouldn't even think about it.
I want to wear that black blue all winter.
I know, me too.
Oh, I love them. I think they're so cool. Yeah, I think this is just a really smart release. But also, I think this weirdly goes with their Juicy Boost palette that they released about 3 weeks ago, because the colour story seems to match them. So I think they've really thought through their launches, and you can see that it's part of a cohesive collection. I think it's really smart. So yeah, I want them. Like, we've talked about this before in terms of like, oh, you need to put a section where you're talking about what you want to buy. I want to buy this.
100%.
Me too. Like a cheapskate. I'm a cheapskate. I don't want them.
Yeah, I love that. Like we all come from very, very different kind of lines. Like I like high end stuff and indie brands, but I'll play with a bit of like affordable makeup as well. Missa is like affordable drugstore makeup. She plays with a little bit of high end, and then Elena's like, hold my beer, I'm playing with AliExpress.
Hold my carrot.
Yeah, hold your carrot, which family friendly, thank you.
Family friendly.
But I love that each of us are coming from very, very different perspective and have each kind of gone, want it, get in my basket. So, and I know they usually have codes. I think it's like Rain Squad 10 or 15 or something, and you get either 10 or 15% off. So, like, I'm just saying.
I'm getting them.
Yeah, I want them. Next thing is KVD Vegan Beauty, which like, I mean, they've just kept the thing of like KVD, even though Kat Von D is no longer associated with them. Isn't it something like Kindness Vegan something or Divine or something? And I'm like, you're tentatively like the link between these things. But I think this is, I mean, let me just say I have shit lashes. Like, rubbish. They're straight. I've tried curling them. I've tried heated curlers, and they'll curl up for a little bit and then they just go thump. So the only thing that makes it look like my eyes are awake is putting on false lashes. And you know, this is what you call it, a lash primer. And most lash primers I've come across, like I think there's a Benefit one, there's an Urban Decay one, they're all white, but this one isn't. It's grey. And if you look at the before and after pictures, but I mean, obviously they'll always like look amazing. They're trying to sell you.
Make a great video for bad makeup science. You can test it.
Good idea. Really good idea. I can probably get it for you.
Yeah, I actually think that is a good idea. Like at the moment, as part of my bad makeup science, I am testing out whether castor oil will make my eyelashes grow.
Okay.
Because it's, you know, that whole, not a myth, but it's that general thing of like, oh, castor oil will make your eyelashes grow. So I'm halfway through the experiment.
Okay.
# science. But yeah, I mean, it depends. What is the price on that one again? It's
$24.
That's not bad. But it's I mean, they've really told us about this in advance because it's the 18th of September that this is coming out.
Oh.
I don't like it when brands do that because I have a very short attention span. And this is kind of what annoyed people with Be Perfect, I think, because they were just kind of going drip, 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 drip. And then by the time it came out, it felt like it was old. And they could have kind of hampered themselves. But I do think it's interesting, and I probably will try it. Yeah. I mean, why not? So, like, next thing then is It Cosmetics. They have launched their Your Skin But Better foundation and skincare. So it has hyaluronic acid, you know, for moisturizing, aloe vera extract plus vitamins E and B5, and it's apparently lightweight. It comes in 40 shades for $39.50, which seems to be like quite comparable to the price of their like CC creams, which I just happen to have here on my very, very messy makeup desk, because I was like, oh, I can kind of put that on because it's nice and light. The girls on Beauty News pointed this out, and I thought it was actually a really good point. They were like, how is this different to the CC cream? Because it's making the same sort of claims. And I was like, oh, I wouldn't have even noticed that. So is it the same thing but a different product? Or not different product, but different packaging?
Seems like it seems same but better. Like
like maybe it's more coverage or something.
What I feel like when I add extra skincare ingredients, sometimes it kind of slips and slides. It doesn't look good.
Yeah, like I think that's the thing. But it seems to be the trend of this year, along with, you know, obviously every month bringing a new disaster. It's like every makeup brand trying to infuse their stuff with skincare, and hyaluronic acid is in everything now. You know, even my tea has hyaluronic acid. It doesn't. I'm fine. It's just a bit of chloroform. But I mean, yeah, at $39.50, I have like 1,000, well, not 1,000 foundations, but I have a lot of foundations, and I'm weird in that I won't open a new foundation until I've used up another one, because the shelf life on them is so short compared to, like, say, a powder product. And I just, yeah, it's pricey. I'd want to see what it's like, and I'd really be interested in seeing a comparison of that foundation to their CC cream and see how it's different, or if it's different.
Eng Cosmetics doesn't ever interest me.
No.
It's one of those brands I never think about.
Yeah. I mean, fair. I just have like the CC cream. Next thing is the BK Beauty and Britt Clark have a basic brush set. It's available for $95. It has a retail value of $120. Usually though, like, you know, when you do a pack, they're like, oh, it's worth this amount, but I'm selling it for a lot less. Usually, I mean, that's only a $25 difference. You think it'd be a bit cheaper, or maybe that's just me. Like, really, I think
just five.
Yeah. Who is she? Wayne Goss.
That's a lot of money.
It is.
Robert Welsh was like, for what, 90 something or 70 something?
Well, Wayne Goss had 3 brushes with beauty lash for $175, and I nearly died. Yeah. I mean, you can get money off apparently if you use the code Britches10, which I assume would probably give you 10% off. So that'd be like $9.50, which would bring it down to like $86.50, something like that, which is still a lot for 5 brushes, because it averages out at being $17.30 each.
I'd rather get Jess Upper Spectrum.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which, yeah, I mean, well done to her on a collab. Like, I mean, a collab is a great thing, but they'd want to be excellent brushes for that price. Like, I mean, they'd want to put on your makeup for you. Like, just saying. Next thing is Major Makeup Labs. So they have some new multi-chromes, and they are apparently $9 each. You'll obviously see the pictures. They have like a blue to purple shift. They have like a green to gold, and like a gold to sort of like a brown sort of a shift. I mean, everyone's doing multi-chromes. Last week we were talking about Ciate London. We were talking about Eng Cosmetics, and they had their multi-chromes. This is much cheaper though.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's a price I justify. Like, I can justify to buy.
And like, the materials needed to make a multi-chrome are expensive. Like, they are. That's why they're always more expensive than a standard eyeshadow. So I don't know how.
So will they be any good though?
Well, that's my question: is, are they going to be any good? And B, how much product are you actually getting?
Yeah,
that's true.
Are you getting like half a gram or something? And you're like, oh, I've just done one eyelid and now I don't have enough for the other one. Like, I mean, interesting. I'd like to try them. I know that Elaina has been using some more like indie brands on her channel recently, and I think they are possibly an American brand.
Yeah, looks like it.
So it might be something worth checking out. I mean, it's on the higher end of what Elaina usually likes to spend on things, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy her videos and doing things like that. So you never know. It's a more affordable one.
I might get a couple.
Yeah, it's a more affordable one. This next one, Elaina is going to like snooze out on it because it's Disney themed, and whenever Disney is brought up, Elaina is just like,
I grew up in Soviet Union. I mean, there was no Disney.
We have no Disney.
I don't care about Disney either, to be honest, but I won't fall asleep like Elaina will.
Yeah, okay, so this is what is it again? The Lifted Cosmetics Beauty and the Beast eyeshadow palette. It's available for $35. I have several thoughts on this. One, I think the color story makes an awful lot of sense with the movie, because there's the like yellow from her dress, there's the blue from his suit when they're at the ball, there's the pink and the red from the Christmas scene, and all the other tones are like stuff that you would see predominantly throughout the movie. So that makes sense. My second question is, I've never heard of Lifted Cosmetics, and I'm very into indie brands. So this is a two-parter. How did they get a collab with Disney? And if not, is this a legit collab, and could they potentially get shut down for this? Because this has happened before, where people have like put a Disney-esque theme on something, Disney's found out about it, and they've been like, you're not giving us our cut. And yeah.
One of the hashtags is boss babe, and it's giving me the shivers.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not legitimate, come on. It can't be. It's not even got Disney written on it anywhere.
Yeah, so, I can't believe that Disney would collaborate with some kind of hole in the wall. So really.
Well, that's my thoughts. And like,
it's another thing, when you blow up, like zoom into the picture, it seems like a lot of them are glitter. Like the blue one is glitter. Like it, and there's only like 4 mattes, maybe 4 or 5 mattes.
Yeah, it's not a very usable palette. Like, you could do stuff with it, but it's not. Again, I understand the color story based upon the film, but it's expensive for what it is. Like, if it was a true Disney collab, then I'd be like, I understand the price, because Disney are going to put the price up. If you go into even like Pennies here or Primark and you get, say, a Disney themed pajamas, they're going to be more expensive than a standard pair of pajamas, because Disney wants their cut. Yeah. So I find it interesting, and I'm like, how legit is this, and how long will this actually last before they potentially get slapped with a lawsuit? Yeah, I'm like, oh. In a few months I'll be like,
church, you know, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's kind of dodgy. Next one is Unique Beauty. They have 3 6-pan eyeshadow palettes. They are a UK based brand. They are £13.99 each, and you can apparently get the PR package with all 3 of them together for £45. They're already available. I don't get the color stories on these. Like, each of those 6 pans, I would never put the shades in those together with each other.
Okay, too many shimmers.
Yeah. I don't, but even like, whatever about the too many shimmers, like, how would you work those colors together? Like, there isn't a corresponding matte that you could put with it. I'm just like, I appreciate a small palette, because I'm not creative like the two of you. I'm just like, smash it on my face. So when there's a lot of choices, I get overwhelmed, and I do like a nicely curated small palette. I think Juvia's Place, etc., do that really, really well. The little Nabla Cutie palettes were done really, really well. But these, there's not really depth to most of them. How are you going to do something with that? I
don't hate them.
Yeah,
it's just weird.
Yeah, I mean, they're not awful, but like, let's be real, you couldn't use those palettes by themselves.
No, probably not.
Yeah, you would be dipping into something else, and that kind of defeats the purpose of a small palette. A small palette is, and I showed Missa when she was over at mine, I was like, look at my little Natasha Denonas, they're so cute. And you can legitimately make a beautiful eye look with just one of those.
When is the black one coming out?
Soon, I hope. I sneak peeked that ages ago, and now they're all like, it is happening. And I'm like, but when? Because I want it now.
I want it so much.
They're taking far too long on this, and I don't like it. But yeah, that's Unique Beauty. I mean, I'm not getting anything from there, but you know, it's a UK owned thing. This is Angelic Cosmetics, and they're a UK brand as well, and they have 7 different like clay masks. But it's funny, because on the Instagram post it says in 7 different colors, and I'm like, I assume we're not just paying different prices because of the colors. I assume it's that there's different formulas and different types of clay. And when I went onto the website, they were even like different prices. So it does seem to be like some of them are like red clay, some of them have, I mean, I don't know enough about clay. I'm not a potter.
I put clay in my face once and it burned my face somehow. Like not burned, but like irritated. So, but I'm not sure. So I have bad experience. I'm like,
yeah, that's, I mean, patch test, I guess, for things like this. And it's not wildly expensive, because some of the, like the cheaper ones are £6.75 and the most expensive one is £9.99. I mean, some people love wearing masks. I'm really bad at that. I've gotten better at like putting on sheet masks, but then I do look like a character out of Hannibal.
Would you get these though, or rather just get L'Oreal ones where you know the brand?
Yeah, I'd probably go for L'Oreal.
Yeah. I don't know what's in them. I don't know if they've been tested. I don't know.
yeah.
It scares me more.
Yeah, and that's fair. Like, I mean, I love an indie brand, but I think with things like this, like anything that's going directly onto your face for a prolonged period of time, be careful. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I would probably sooner go for L'Oreal, which is a similar price point and that has like research and stuff behind it. Next one is Eng Cosmetics, and every single time I talk about this brand I just think of Evanescence, and my little early noughties teenage heart is just going, just bobbing along, and then I get totally distracted and start thinking about like their first music video, which I watched about 5,000 times because I was obsessed with it at the time. But they have a new Haunted Souls eyeshadow palette, and it's now available for $20, but it's normally going to retail for $25. Yeah. Said with so much enthusiasm. Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised you're not like falling over yourself with the blue, the dire mother.
I like that there are a lot of depths, you know, like a lot of dark colors.
Yeah.
I kind of like them.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. And I think $20, $25, like regularly is actually pretty good. So it's a little over $1 per single.
I would buy that if it was good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's bad. Like, I think they're an American brand as well. Regal Artistry have the Benin Duo. So it's a rich dark pigment, like a rich dark brown pigment and an ultra fine bronze holographic glitter. And they're retailing for $8 US, and you can get them in either like a loose pigment form or in a glitter gel form, depending. I mean, I know some people prefer having like the loose pigments and some people prefer having like a glitter gel. So I think it's smart that they've put it into two different formats for people. I mean, the glittery shade reminds me a little bit of one of the shades from the Tammy Tropical Paradise palette.
Oh yeah.
That reminds me of. So I'm like, if you have that, you probably don't need that. I mean, I'm just saying, but I'm really bad. I have a load of pigments and then I just don't use them because I'm just like,
it's so hard to use. It's so messy. So I'd rather just put like a berry or something.
Yeah, fair. I mean, and Mrs. like, yes, flock to the Barry M, my children, flock to it. I mean, I think you are responsible for like just this.
I think I am.
I'm wearing lipstick, Barry M. Barry M has great matte lips.
Right.
Formula is real good.
But I just got that, and I just got a new one from Barry M because I like the formula so much.
Am I going to end up getting something from that?
Yeah. Paparazzi from Barry M is the most beautiful red, Teresa. Trust me.
Okay. Well then. I have no choice. The next one is, and I'm not really even sure how to pronounce this, Forest Eng, E-N-G, I don't know if it's a hard G or a soft G, Cosmetics, and it's their Midnight collection. I mean, when I look at that, I don't think Midnight. That's not
Morphe.
It's not. I mean, yeah, the liquid lipsticks have no scent, which I don't mind it when they don't have scents. I know that Elaina is like, she likes it when things have a scent, unless with the XX Revolution glow spray, which smelled like garbage.
Or wet dog.
Wet dog. was the other comparison.
By the way, those lipsticks, they remind me of Wet n Wild, the look.
Yeah.
They look just
do. The components look an awful lot like it. They're $14.99. They have a lip scrub for $7.99, a lip gloss for $9.99. The lip balm apparently smells like lemon lime. So I guess if you want to constantly think of like 7-Up or Sprite, you know, there you go. And they have the Midnight Eyeshadow Palette for $32.99.
Like Rich Lux would say, bored in the house.
It really is. Like, and I've said this many, many times before, because I'm like, one day if I ever had my own brand, it would be called Black Cat Cosmetics, and the first thing would be the Midnight Palette, and it would have like loads of like dark, murky navy blues and deep greens and deep purples of like, you know, all the colors that you would see of like transitioning into night. That's what I'd have. That is not Midnight.
That makes me so excited to think about your future palette.
I mean, I'm just saying, if any future makeup brands are watching, you know, like, I mean, I'm available.
My future brand would be like a parakeet special.
Yeah, just like all the bright colors.
It will be glorious, Elaina.
Yeah.
I'll buy everything.
Oh, yeah.
I would put transitional shades in there.
Thank you.
I mean, that's all we need. I don't really want to talk about that anymore because it kind of makes me sad. Daphne's Glam Cosmetics has the Red Alert collection. So they have a matte eyeshadow palette which has 9 shades, and they have 2 matte liquid lipsticks in Spice and Flame, and it seems that you can get the whole thing together for $40 US.
How do you feel about that, Elaina?
That shades, like Teresa says, edit yourselves. They look the same.
Edit yourself.
Exactly.
Why don't you edit yourself? I mean, I get like say the reds, because like there's a very tomato sort of a red in there, and then there's more of like a deep fire engine red. I can see the difference between the two of those. The yellows, I can't. Maybe
they look the same.
Maybe I'm blind.
I'm zooming in and they look the same.
Yeah, I just I mean, I'm fairly certain I've seen other brands like Morphe do this better. And when you're saying that Morphe is doing something better, you're like, lads.
Oi, I like Morphe.
Look, I'm just saying they're not always consistent.
If I were her, would put like a shimmer in the middle, like for the highlight, brow bone highlight.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've seen a lot of things like this already that have been executed better. That's my main thing on this. Okay, next one. I have a lot of feelings. Is by Shut Up and Slay Cosmetics. And this is not going to be the last time we talk about this, because we have a sneak peek from them later. This is the Fatal Attraction eyeshadow palette. It's available for pre-order for $50 and for $70. Apparently, the difference between the $50 and the $70 is that one has bling and the other one doesn't. You pay more for bling, whatever that means. And it officially launches on September 6th, 2020.
I really like the gun. I feel like that's just so cool.
I mean, that's exactly what you want on your makeup palette.
A pink gun for girls.
I do like the blues and the purples. Look cute.
Yeah, I mean,
the color story's not awful.
Yeah.
If that was in a Morphe palette, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah. The shape of the palette.
I was about to say that.
So triggering to me.
No.
I just also why, and I'm not a prude, but why is it like a picture of a woman in lingerie?
I don't find that empowering.
Yeah, I actually find that more problematic than anything else of just like sexualizing a woman, that I'm like, you don't need to do that. It's a little bit weird, a little bit creepy. And like, if I had kids, I don't, obviously, even though I'm rocking a mom bod, I wouldn't feel comfortable doing my makeup in front of my child and having that out.
With a gun as well, considering what's going on in America especially, it seems And I feel like I'm not really very politically correct, to be honest. But even for me, I'm like,
Unless it's connected with some kind of character we don't know about. You know, I don't know what it is, but it might be.
I feel like they'd have said that in the post of like, and actually when you see the sneak peek coming from them later, you're like, oh no, this just seems to be a theme from the brand. I'm like, oh dear. I think, like you were saying, if anybody else released this and they put it into more normal packaging, I'd probably be like, okay, I do think those blues look very similar to each other.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and the purples, there's not enough kind of difference in depth. Like maybe one is shimmer and one is matte, but I can't really tell.
And I could do without the orange.
Yeah, it's all right, but I just... the packaging, and I've liked a palette before and I've not bought it because the packaging has irritated me. Like I am that person, like at the end of the day, because I'm like, I have to look at you.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'm like, no. Next one is Bay Vanity. This is the hi-fi or hi-fi Wi-Fi. I don't even know how I'm meant to pronounce that. This is, yeah, I mean, it's $24.50. The only thing I like about that is the chartreuse in that for high speed. And as has been pointed out by Missa, when she looked through my makeup collection, she's like, you have a lot of these shades. And I'm like, yes, because they put them into palettes and they trick me. And that's how I buy them, because I just want chartreuse. So I'm very aware, and I've done the trick of like putting my finger over that and kind of going, if that wasn't in it, wouldn't want it.
It's not terrible, but I wouldn't buy it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't find it interesting enough.
No.
Yeah.
For me.
Like these next ones though.
I thought you might. This is a crown brush. So they have 4 new palettes. There is the 30MN, so that's the matte neutral palette. They have the 30SN, the shimmer neutral palette, the 30MC matte color palette, and the 30SC shimmer color palette. And they are $26 each. I quite like that they've kind of separated them into like mattes and shimmer palettes, because some people like an all matte palette, and
I like both matte palettes. I think they're real nice.
Mm-hmm. I like them.
But I've got all of those shades.
Yeah, like the bright mattes from Beauty Baits, same thing.
Exactly. Or the big XX Revolution one.
And didn't they say that
extravaganza?
This brand, the Crown brand, isn't like a Morphe related somehow?
They do a lot of brushes, like the Crown brushes.
They made Morphe's brushes for them at the beginning.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I think that's what it is. Don't quote me.
It's just a lot.
Allegedly.
Good girl. Just put it in allegedly. It will be fine. Fine, allegedly. Yeah, I mean, it's just sheer speculation on this channel, isn't it? I don't think it's a bad price point. And I do think, though, probably the market is a little bit saturated with rainbow palettes. I mean, you can't move for the amount of rainbow palettes that are out there. And I don't mind. I'm a parakeet. Like, I'm like, bright colours, and I'll smoosh them on my face. $36. It's not bad. I can't really say anything too negative about that. Next one is Charlotte Tilbury. So she has the jewel pots and lips. So there's the Charlotte's jewel pots in Walk of No Shame. There is a copper red cream eyeshadow with a divine golden sparkle for $35. Like,
it better be divine.
It'd want to be. Like, I mean, I'm still not over that damn lip balm. Anyways, science. And they have Charlotte's Jewel Lips. It's apparently hydrating plump effect diamond gloss for fuller, wider looking.
Hyaluronic acid.
It's everywhere. Everywhere. It's just covered in hyaluronic acid.
Everywhere.
I mean, there's
hyaluronic acid.
And that comes in 2 shades. So there's Walk of No Shame, which is ruby red glittering lip gloss with a dreamy copper sparkle, obviously to go with the jewel pot thing, and Pillow Talk, because everything has to be bloody Pillow Talk. Pink glittering lip gloss with a dreamy rose gold sparkle, and that's $32.
No thanks.
Yeah.
No thanks.
I mean, yeah, I don't think any of us are. Oh, next one. I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
I got tagged in this by a number of people who know me very, very well. And one of the things that myself and Missa were talking about when she was over, I was saying, God, the lip stunner paints from Fenty are so good. Why aren't there more shades? Why did they run off and be like, we're coming out with a foundation, we're coming out with this, we're coming out with that? Why didn't they go to extend their current range on the lip stunner paints? And I'm convinced they were listening to me. Obviously they weren't, because this had to have been in production for a while. But one of the things they came out with was a new lip stunner paint in Underdog, which is a matte deep burgundy. I mean,
I'm buying it.
I bought it. I went straight onto Boots this morning and I was like, la 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 la. In my defense, I used my
You've got points.
I used my Boots points. So I was like, it's like free makeup. The other thing that's interesting is the two little snap shadows. I am guilty of having, I didn't go near the snap shadows initially. And then you, Missa, did a damn video where you're like, I'm using snap shadows. And I was like, oh Christ, anytime she uses something, I end up wanting it. I'm like that kid who's like perfectly fine playing with their own toy, and then they see somebody else playing with another toy and they're like, I want that one. That's what happens. But after I got that and I saw you playing with it, I was like, the quality of these are actually really good. And I, like I said before, I do like a small palette. I do. I like them because I often travel either between here, my house in Carlow, and going back to Mayo, or I'm, you know, when we're traveling again, traveling like to the UK, or I'm going to conferences. So I actually like to have a little makeup bag that I can put a few different things in, and I like a small little eyeshadow. And one of the shadows, green. I mean,
one of them.
I mean, like one of the shadow things.
I think you can do a look with it alone though, because there's no traditional shades.
Don't you logic me, woman. Right?
I'm trying to be reasonable. I'm a voice of reason.
No. Let me just run off into the sunset and have what I want. Let me smear green all over myself like it's St. Patrick's Day every day. I like it. It reminds me a little bit of the Elf Jalapeno palette.
But there.
Yeah, I like it, and I like the Movie palette as well. So I got the two of those. I got the lip stunner, because by the way,
did you get the green mascara?
I didn't, and the reason why is my lashes are shite. So I'm like, there's no point. And then unless I was using it every single day, I mean, it's gonna go off, or you shouldn't be using it past a certain point anyways. So if I want a coloured mascara, I'm going to go for something fairly inexpensive, and I'm going to put it on the lower lash line. So I couldn't justify it. If you want the the two eyeshadow palettes, they're $25 each. Actually I bought mine on Boots, and they have a thing on at the moment where if you buy two of the snap shadows from Fenty, you can get two of them for €45, so probably about £40. So you save a little bit there. The lip stunner paint is $25, and they also have a full frontal mascara in Miss Merlot, which is a deep burgundy, and Ivy League, which is forest green, and they're $14 each, which I have to say isn't a bad price for Fenty, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's a bad price, but like I said, with mascara, I usually, because I have really sensitive eyes, I would be throwing them out every 3 to 6 months. You know, I like
to frame my lashes as black. I feel like color kind of makes your eyes look smaller or something.
Yeah, I do think it's I like to do, like, sometimes, like with color mascara, I like to do it on the bottom lashes because it looks kind of funky. But I'm like, I always wear falsies because I have no lashes. So trying to put colored mascara on my actual lashes and then onto my falsies. I'm like, oh God, this is just how I ruin so many lashes. So to me, it's just a lot of work and I can't be bothered. But I'm like, 3 out of 4 things I bought. So I have no self-control. Next thing is ColourPop. They have the Hasbro and Candyland collection. So I think it's like Hasbro, like what we call Haribo over here. I have a funny feeling that they might be. But it's like their Candyland collection. So it's very like pastel type thing. They have the Candy Castle palette for $18. They have a Princess Lolly roller gloss for $9. The Swirled Super Shock blushes in Gummy More, which is a frosted blue pink, Gumdrop Pass, which is an icy pinky lavender, Jolly, which is a frosty pinky peach. They have new glowing lip balms, hydrating tinted lip balm, which is $9 each. In Let's Chill, which is a pink berry, Peppermint Frost, which is a baby pink, Mr. Mint, a warm coral, which seems weird that it's called Mr. Mint, but it's a coral, but whatever. Queen Frostine, Pixie Puff Highlighter for $15. Feelin' Plumpy Fourth Ray Beauty Face Milk Kit for $22, and that has watermelon milk, coconut milk, papaya milk, and you can get the whole collection for $118. But if you want the whole collection but it all packaged like you're fancy and you're PR and you want to pretend you're a person, who does that? $145. I've done that before. I've bought the PR collections of things because I'm like, I want to be fancy. I did it with the
what?
The PR. I've bought the PR collection.
The PR.
Yeah. Stop it. PR. I can't pronounce R's properly apparently.
PR.
Yarg. So yeah.
You better make fun of me rather than Teresa. I have an even more awful accent.
I love your accent.
What, you don't love my accent?
I do love your accent. Fine, I'll take the piss out of both of you. It's fine.
Take the piss out of us both equally or not at all.
Fine.
Just feeling very sassy today. I mean, I don't know, what do you think of the ColourPop collection? Yay, nay? Nah. There's so much.
I think it's all for fans, whatever that is. I don't know what they're doing with this Candyland. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
You wouldn't, Elaina.
No, Elaina's like,
they don't have carrots there.
Carrots are my candy. They're my guilty pleasure. Like, I mean, the rest
of it. It's so boring. I mean, it's so pastel. There's no deep colors.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with a pastel palette. Sometimes they're great, like, dip into. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't justify it because I'd be getting them from the States, so I'd have to pay customs. At least if you're in the UK and you're buying something from ColourPop, you pay for the customs straight away. Whereas here, you're just kind of going, I wonder how much it's going to cost. And you don't know until they arrive at the door and they're judging you because it's like 50th package of the day. And you're like, it's fine. It's fine. So yeah, they also have a stamp. So like face stamps. And they come in styles Star, Moon, and Heart, and they're $8 each. Or you can get all 3 of them together for $20. So that means you're saving 4. It reminds me of Milk makeup. Remember how they had like the little astrology sign stamp things that I was like, what are you gonna do with these?
If I was going to a festival this year, I'd probably buy them.
I mean, we're all going to festivals. I'm too socially anxious to go to a festival. Like, there's too many people, and then they're on top of me, and then I have no personal space. So, yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not for me. I do like that it's like an affordable alternative. I remember there was another brand that came out around about this time last year with something similar, but it was like heart-shaped stamps of highlighter, and I was like, what is this? It was so weird. I can't remember who did it, but I mean, I guess they're trying. I mean, I'm not cool and young enough and hip enough to do those particular things. And I just feel like, knowing me, I'd try and stamp it onto my face and it'd give me like half a heart. And I'd try and re-stamp it again and I just end up with a big blotch on my face. So I'm like, how good is it? Don't know. Although ColourPop is generally pretty decent.
Yeah.
The next one is the At Night range by Hourglass Cosmetics. So they have quite a few things in there. They're available now. There's the lighting blush for £38, the number 28 treatment oil for £48, and they have a Confession Ultra Slim High Intensity Refillable Lipstick for £33. And if you want to get the refill itself, it is £22. Hourglass is pricey. I wish they'd made like a mini blush. Because you know how like you can get like the mini bronzers and stuff? I never end up using a whole blush, like a powder blush. It's so hard to hit pan on those. I wish they'd released a mini as well. Because that's expensive.
The marketing image is very alluring though, isn't it?
Of course it is. Well, they put it against a red background, and psychologically we're always attracted to red. Because
so that's why you wear red lipstick every day.
Yeah, there's lots of psychology behind it, that you're seen as more attractive when you have red on you in some way. That's why.
What about the psychology of the pink lipstick? Remember we discussed that with men.
Oh yes.
Is that true as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can speak about that on here, but
anyone who has children, cover their ears. Are they covered? Good. Okay. Pink lipstick makes it look like a labia. You know, vaginal.
So that's why men like it.
Yeah. So
I wear a lot of pink lipstick. Oh my god. No one on my channel.
I'm just saying. You know, you've brought it upon yourself. Okay, you can actually uncover your children's ears now, unless you're into that now. I don't know. I won't judge you. Yeah, I mean, I like it. I do like Hourglass. I like their stuff. But if they came out with that blush in a mini, I would totally get it. Because I like that. I think that's cute. BH Cosmetics. I love how they're saying in the Trend Mood post, is bringing us summer to our vanities. And I'm like, it's August. We're done with summer. Like, what's going on? Like, I'm going back into work. They have this Paradise collection. So it has the Paradise Prime. There's primers for $14.50, and they each do different things. There's hydrating, mattifying, and illuminating. They have the Paradise Refresh, which is a face mist for $10, and it comes in a watermelon scent. They have the Paradise Set, which is weightless mists in different formulas with refreshing tropical fruit scents. And there are setting sprays that are $14 each in hydrating coconut scented, a mattifying grapefruit scented, and illuminating pineapple scented. And they are vegan and cruelty free. So those are available now.
I saw them on Beauty Bay today, and I was quite shocked that the primers were £12.50. I thought that was quite pricey.
I mean, yeah, well, like, they seem to at least be converting it fairly accurately. Like $14 would be about £12.50, but it seems
a lot for BH when the Mimosa palette is £15, and then that's £12.50.
But I mean, drugstores in general, like, not that like BH Cosmetics is like a drugstore thing, but like the more affordable brands have been creeping up in terms of their prices over the last couple of years, and I'm like, I remember when you could go in and get like a mascara for like €5. And you can't do that now. So, yeah, I mean, I have plenty of these sort of things, but I don't know what you guys are thinking.
No.
I have so much price. I'm not interested.
If they were a $5, I'd buy them.
Yeah, that's fair. Next one, Elaina, you might be interested in this because we can't get CoverGirl in Ireland and the UK. Yeah, so you're special. You can have these things. This is the new clean fresh skin milk. I hate when they put milk into it. I don't know why. I just start thinking of breast milk. Like, I don't want that. But obviously I did at one point.
You put milk in it, tea.
I do, but that's different. That's from a cow, and that's natural. Look, I'm at a weird point of the day. I've been working from 9 to 5. This is available in 6 shades, retailing for $19.95. It's meant to be lightweight. It has aloe and coconut milk to soothe and hydrate. And they say that it helps to even out skin tone and blur imperfections, but it's only in 6 skin tones.
$19.95, but that's Australian dollars.
That's so weird.
No, that's Australian dollars, Elaina.
Yeah. So it would be like 12 to $14 American.
It's still, like drugstore makeup is going up. It's weird.
It is. It totally is. But I would say like 6 shades. That's not. It must be very, very, very minimal coverage.
Shanix will probably try it.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what the story is.
The lightest one looks like a highlighter.
It does, yeah.
No, it does. I'm looking.
It really does. It has like a pinky, shimmery shift to it.
Yeah.
I think I'll pass. If it doesn't have any coverage and looks glowy and just like, it's going to be crap.
Like, even the swatches there, it's kind of like, did they just take a big dollop of it and just plonk it onto the back of the wrist?
Well, some people like this kind of thing. So.
Yeah, but I'm like, are they trying to show us that it's buildable? But it isn't really, because even there it looks a bit streaky, in my opinion. And I'm like, if that's the marketing images that you're putting out, that was like the best they could do.
Well, apparently their bases are quite good, so I'd be interested to see.
Yeah, I mean,
but the shade range is terrible. So.
Oh God, yeah. So it's like my question around that is,
I think it's like with the shade range, it's like with BB creams, they work with different skin tones, so that's why there's 4. So it's probably like multiple.
They never work for the palest of people, ever.
Yeah.
And you look like a ghost between us, Teresa.
Yeah.
On my screen.
I'm an 18th century TB victim. That's what happened. Next one, we briefly sneak peeked this last week. I don't know, somebody put down the correct verb there. This is the Glam Light Foodie box. It's the Mexico edition. It is already available. It's $39. It includes the Street Taco palette, which retails normally for $22. The all-new Concha highlighter, which we showed last week for $14. The all-new Champurrada, don't know what that is, for $12. The all-new Agua Fresca, which is $12. A taco lash, which is apparently chosen randomly for $12. And one variety lash, so you'll either have the Michelado or the Margarita. Again, they're chosen randomly, and that's a $10 value. So you're spending $39 and getting quite a few products for it. I mean,
it's worth like $80.
Yeah, like it's definitely a good package of things. Like I think it's like if you really want to try a couple of things from Glamlight and they've always been on your radar, that might be the time to do it, because you're getting not a full face, but like a good chunk of things from them.
And the things that you don't like, you can always give to friends. That's what I always like about these kind of things.
And it's not like you would lose out on any money, really, because if it's for $39, and there is a code that you can take about 10% off as well, so you could get it for like $35.10, really. So I don't think it's bad. Like, but I'm like, I'd never bought any of those things at any point. So I'm like, if I didn't want them when they were at the full price, do I necessarily want them at all? Sometimes there's logic to my actions.
Yes, I remember you did the review of the Painter's palette and it looked very good, actually. It was good quality.
I gave that to Izzy and she uses it every day, she said. So,
I mean,
someone likes it.
Yeah. I don't like gimmicky palettes.
Yeah.
You know, that have like a silly theme. It feels a bit like Claire's Accessories to me. Or like I Heart Revolution. Not that there's anything wrong with I Heart Revolution, but it does feel a bit childish.
Yep.
And I'm like, I'm 30 now. I do adult things. I think about bills and pensions.
Elaina sits and thinks about China and, you know, how she feels about China.
Accurate.
Oh, Teresa, you should have seen her.
It's a political statement. I don't know what a political statement I'm making.
What do you think about China? China.
I'm like, I like Chinese makeup with asbestos in it.
I'd just be like, I like Chinese food.
If you want to know what that's about, join Elena's live tonight and we'll fanny around in the comments.
Yeah, I mean, it's just always good crack. There's always something ridiculous, or I'm usually yelling, like type yelling something.
Red,
green. Totally off topic, like completely. Okay, the next thing is Shine by SD Cosmetics have some new shades, and they are releasing as we're filming. So I couldn't even find information on how much these are, but by the time this goes up, they will be available. So, I mean, they look like they're kind of metallic, and they're usually like nice on the lid, and you don't have to do a huge amount of work on those. So
they're pretty.
They're an American brand, so for me, I wouldn't get it unless I was getting a few things, because I'd have to deal with customs, and yeah. I mean, that's one for you potentially, Elaina.
Yeah,
she's like, stop telling me to buy things.
I mean, it's just like I have so many of these kind of things in palettes already.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Yeah, like, I mean, that can often be the problem about getting singles, is that you're like, what do I do with these? And you forget about them unless you make them into your own like Z palette, and you have to like remember to go for those. So I think, yeah. This next one is by Eng Cosmetics. It's the Slay Canvas eyeshadow palette. It's retailing for $25, and it's available now, if anybody is interested. Those two greens look exactly the same, and the purples look exactly the same, and the blues look exactly the same.
Exactly. Yeah.
Gah!
They're similar.
It's a no.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to spend any more time on that. Than I'm just like, if you are not spending time editing your stuff that you're putting out, I'm not going to spend time editing
talking about it
to talk about it. So, I mean, no. Next one, the packaging really reminded me of the Revolution Pro.
Yeah, I thought it was Revolution when I scrolled onto it.
Yeah, so this is Chaotic Cosmetics. This is their Double Scoop Deluxe, and it is launching today. So as we're filming, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So exactly as we're filming, I don't think it's available yet, so I couldn't even find out the price. But this is what it looks like. It reminds me a little bit of the BH Cosmetics Trendy in Tokyo palette, but just kind of jumbled up a little bit. I know my references. And I mean, you know me, I'm like looking at that green, and I'm like, but I'm like, no. Elaina got you the BH Cosmetics Trendy in Tokyo. You go play with that, Teresa, before you go off and buy something ridiculous. So yeah, if anyone's interested in that, that's that one. Next one is Angel Empire Cosmetics. They have the Wolf Shade eyeshadow palette. It is launching today as we're filming, so again, I couldn't find any information on how much that was. I think you know what I'm going to say. The reds look the same. There's two kind of turquoise-y shades that look exactly the same.
I think one of them is shimmer.
Yeah, I mean, I have been caught out by that in the past.
Yes, you have.
Well, the joke's on them, because they're sending me free things. So, I mean, there is that. Yeah, I mean, I don't find that particularly interesting. Also, it's a weirdly long palette.
It's like an ABH palette,
yeah, but longer than that. It reminds, and I think it's like, I get weird about the proportions of like the width to the height. I don't know why, it irks me sometimes. And it reminds me a little bit of the Revolution Alexis Stone little add-on palette that they could put onto that. It's like, it seems disproportionately long, but just not very well thought out. Yeah.
I'm like blurring my eyes looking at it, and it's all just the same.
Yeah. It is.
But I like the silver.
Oh yeah.
Me too. I went right for the silver.
The
Exa Extravaganza has a wicked silver in it.
Oh, sick silver.
Like, actually, like, just...
And the silver in that is very special.
Yeah.
But the Extravaganza one's just as good.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, I wouldn't just get it for the one shade. So, yeah. Anyways, next one is Lorella Cosmetics. And it is there in the nude, but nude is spelled as NUD3 because they're cool. It's a 9-pan shadow, and it is $15 US, which is a decent price point for what that is. Like, that's comparable to, say, Morphe, who does a 9-pan eyeshadow palette for a similar price point. And that's the positive things I have to say about that.
Move on.
Three parakeets, and we're just like, nah, no, thank you. Makemeupmissa Cosmetics have Halloween highlighters. Why is everyone going so far ahead into the future?
We just want 2020 to be over. That's why.
In fairness. So they all come in a compact 57mm pan size. You can select scent options. So you can go for like pumpkin spice, birthday, cupcake, and hazelnut. And you can also have unscented. They are $25 each, which is super expensive.
I want a birthday cake flavor highlighter.
Yeah, I mean, that does seem like it's something like really, really special, and they do look almost like the sort of thing you would have in your collection and be like,
yeah,
just I like this and I take this out every so often.
The very middle one is something I would have.
Yeah. Oh, that's so pretty. Yeah. I like.
Or the bottom left.
Yeah. Yeah, I like those. And I usually with those sort of brands, they'll usually have like an affiliate code where you can get like 10% off or whatever. So I would probably be the idiot who'd go off and buy like several of them and be like, I have special, because I love Halloween. Halloween is one of my favorite times of the year. Like, I can fully Morticia out. But so I much prefer Halloween themed makeup to Christmas makeup. I don't like Christmas themed makeup usually. But I like this, and I don't like I like that it hasn't gone full like kitschy. Like, you know how they can just do these ridiculous themes that you're like,
yeah, I quite like it.
Yeah, I think it's cute. I like it. And
what product has highlighters, Halloween themed highlighters, for like $3-5 or something?
Yeah. The voice of reason. She's like, you can get it for the 1/5 of the price. See, she's good. She'll save you money. I won't. I'm just a bad person.
You won't.
No. I am the enabler. Sol de Janeiro have their new Brazilian Kiss tinted Capuguacuala. Don't know how I'm pronouncing that. Lip butter, and they come in 3 different shades. They're coming out on August 18th. So yeah, if you want lip butters, they'll probably be like really expensive, but like Sol de Janeiro like seem to be very popular. I've never tried any of their stuff.
No.
I'm just like,
too expensive for me.
Yeah, I couldn't justify it. I'm like, every so often I take out a bit of Body Shop body butter and just lather myself in it and just launch myself on the bed and just hope everything will soak in. But yeah, that's a beautiful image, you know.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
The slippy slidey sheets as well.
Just a naked, uncooked turkey slathered in body butter.
Yeah, we discussed that that's what my skin actually looks like. Uncooked turkey / chicken. That is because I'm so pink underneath. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Oh my god, Kimchi Chic. Like, we just talked about them coming out with 4 palettes last week, and I have hair everywhere. Ugh. Sorry, I probably won't even edit that out because, you know, I'm lazy. But they have 2 new palettes. One is Neutral AF. It is which one? The I Am Feeling Sweet. It looks like there's a lot of shimmers in that. Mm-hmm. Like, it looks disproportionately shimmer. And that's all I want to say about that. And then they have the You Make Me Happy palette, which has 15 bright shimmers and mattes. They're $25 each, and they're available now if anybody is interested. I
do like that the price isn't that bad for kimchi products. Like, it's really not bad.
Yeah, the price point I think is appropriate. Yeah, like I have no problem with the price point. I'm just like, slow down.
But that's 6 palettes in a week.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because it hasn't been exactly a week since we last filmed. So I'm like, chill out. I can't keep up with you. Too tired and I'm too old to deal with this. Lauren Conrad. Is she the one from the hills?
Yeah.
Jesus, I thought I'd managed to get away from all of that. Anyways, she's back with a vengeance. She now has her own makeup and skincare line. It's apparently focused on clean ingredients because that's also another trend, and they do use eco-friendly materials. They have a liquid eyeliner. It's $20, apparently a non-smearing formula. They have lipstick in 4 shades. They're $20 each. The packaging is very basic. You are not paying that price for the packaging. Mm-hmm. Let's be real. And if I'm paying that much for something like that, I like to have something special. I'm being mean, but there you go.
Well, it says it's eco-friendly and clean, so I guess it's like a clean look. So that's what she's going for.
Yeah, but is it like, are the components then like recyclable or something? Is that the story? Is that what the eco-friendly bit of it is? Like, it's a very broad statement to put out. Like, what do they mean? I don't know. Like, I think if you're marketing that as being your big thing, maybe explain why it's that. Look, I'm being mean. It's the lecture in me. It's like, you put forward this particular claim, substantiate it. Tell me why it is that way. You know,
the lip glosses look so cheap.
They do. Like, mm-hmm. Let's be real. They're $18 each.
It looks like H&M makeup.
Oh, it does. Yeah, absolutely. That's what the packaging looks like.
Yeah, another one born in the house.
Yeah. They also have a lip and cheek tint for $20 and a liquid highlighter for $26.
No one's interested.
No, we talked about the Benefit liquid highlighter last week, and that was a similar price point, but that's actually interesting. No, thank you. Moving. Okay, Lucky Bunny Cosmetics, which I believe are an Australian brand, are coming out with their new Gluttony eyeshadow palette, and it's retailing for $25.01 US, because they're obviously trying to convert it to the US. And I'm like, why wouldn't you just knock the cent off? Like, are you that hard up that you're like, no, the 1 cent is really going to make a difference? Yeah, I mean, in UK terms, it's £19.16, and in euro terms, it's €21.22. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Briogeo have the banana and coconut superfoods collection, so they have a new body cream for $26. They say it has antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals. So yeah, I mean, if it's like a body cream and it's $26, how much product are you actually getting in that, and how much use? Like, would that last
236 mils.
Would that last you a month? I'm probably thinking of my own huge body and just being like, oh, I could barely get that over a boob. But like,
I'm afraid it's gonna break people out because it has that oil. You know, this things like that even break me out.
Yeah, that I think that's. And like, coconut oil is known for doing that.
I can't put coconut oil on.
No.
Yeah, so smearing that on your body, that like usually is covered with clothes anyway, so it doesn't get to breathe. Yeah, I don't think that's best thought out.
Banana bit sounds nice.
Yeah, I mean, I like banana scented things. They're nice. But yeah, the rest of it, not so much. Trixie Cosmetics have new lipsticks and glitters. So they have the Modelle lipstick, which is spelled Modelle, like a French sort of a thing. It's a new butter glaze formula, apparently. Sheer pink chiffon bottled in a metallic glaze for a perfectly pearlescent pout for $16. It's a very Barbie pink, isn't it? Or is that maybe just me? Like, I'm like 1980s Barbie. You know, she's going to the beach house with Ken. That's just what I'm seeing.
Kimchi as a brand is way more appealing than Trixie.
Yeah, I just I don't see it. And they also have the baby doll glitter. It's cotton candy without the cavities, and it is apparently eye safe.
Is it biodegradable though?
I mean, they haven't said that, so I would assume it probably isn't. Like, you know, like that's a big selling point for a lot of people now. That is $10. So, I mean, yeah, not for me. Next one is Midas Cosmetics. Everyone is doing cake liners. What's happening? It's a whole thing. They have 2 different palettes. They have a neon cake liner palette, and they have a pastel cake liner palette. They are $32 for like each of those palettes, and each of those palettes have 8 shades in them. So that averages out as being about $4 per shade. But there are codes for money off, which will be in the description box. I don't hate it.
No.
I mean, I have loads of like pastel-y things. Like I have like the Barry M high vis liquid liner on at the moment, and I like that. And if I didn't have that, I'd probably be looking at that, particularly the pastel-y ones, and be like, they're interesting.
I don't have a lot of cake liners, so I might look into it.
Yeah, that would be nice for you. Yeah, absolutely. Like I don't hate it. Like I'm not angry at that. Next one is Elaina Cosmetics. They have 2 new shadows. They have the Periwinkle, which is the matte one, and the Peri Twinkle, which is the more shimmery one. I like the shades on that.
Stunning.
I think they're so pretty. I want them.
I would never buy 2 single shadows though.
Yeah.
No,
I think it's smart of them to release the 2 together.
Yeah.
Because you start to think of like, oh, what other shades do they have that could match in with their thing, and then suddenly you've gone through their checkout and have spent a ridiculous amount of money. I like that though. I think you could do a really nice simple just like matte and then shimmer on the eyelid and just be like, meh, done for the day. And I like that because I'm lazy. But yeah, that's available now. Gerard Cosmetics have the Clean Canvas Eye Concealer and Base, and they're available now in 4 different colours, so they're $22 each. I mean, they're known for their setting sprays. I mean, you're currently going through a MAC paint pot, Missa, and you're enjoying that. You got it for what, £8.70 something?
Yeah.
Because there was a sale. This is almost 3 times the price.
Oh, it's more expensive than MAC.
Yeah. I mean, I know their setting spray is meant to be good. I've never tried it, but yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm not personally interested in that. Moira Cosmetics, they have new bronzer duos. They're $7 each. That's not bad.
Wow. And
they are, if I remember correctly, a Black-owned brand. I mean, I think that's pretty good. $7 for a bronzer duo. I mean, I wouldn't say no to that. Erica's Vanity Shop, they have a new highlighter palette. And do you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of several things. One of the things it reminds me of is the BH Cosmetics Illuminating in Ireland highlighter palette.
I was about to say that. That's the one I sent you, right?
Yeah.
It reminds me of Jeffree Star.
Yeah, that as well, yeah. Like a little bit like of the 24 karat gold, and then a little bit of like another, like it's like a half and half of 2 highlighter palettes that he has. And it's a small little indie brand, but I mean, I wouldn't get it because I have the BH Cosmetics one, but that is coming out on August 17th, if anybody is interested. Dollhouse Diva have the Womenpreneur, like Womenpreneur. They're trying to do like a pun of like woman entrepreneur, but then should it not be like woman entrepreneur or something? Look, I don't know, I've thought about this far longer than I should have. They have a 12-pan eyeshadow palette. It's $35. It has 9 mattes, 3 shimmers, and that's releasing on August 14th. I mean, yeah, it doesn't blow me away, so I can't be bothered. Yeah. Oh, well, actually, just before we sat down to film, Tia tagged me in this, and I know it's coming out, and I'm like, Copacetic Cosmetics. I sent it to you guys in a WhatsApp. It's a little 4-pan eyeshadow palette, and it's part of Copacetic Cosmetics do like a sort of a subscription box where they do like a little quad every month, and they send it to their subscribers. And then once they've sent it out to their subscribers, and they put these quads for sale on their website, if you want to then go and get them. I'm not gonna lie, I've got a few of their things, and the owner is really nice. But this one, it's a 4-pan, and they have a multi-chrome in it. I really like the look of that.
It is nice.
I mean, and it's green, so
yeah. I saw green. I'm like, that's Teresa all over it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to like send her a very politely worded message to be like, could you please stop like coming out with things that I want, because I just can't, because there's customs. So I like made a huge order and bought so much stuff, and I'm
all shimmers, by the way, like except for one. Like one is black.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine though. Like, it's a little quad, and if you had that with another quad, because I know they have other quads with greens in them that have more mattes, and 2 quads together, like that's not like wildly bulky. I'd be happy traveling with that when we travel again.
I know her.
If we travel again, I'm never leaving these 4 walls.
Hey guys, it's Editing Teresa here. I somehow missed that there was a Makeup Revolution release this week. So they've come out with their Super Dewy collection. And by the way, they have 20% off when you buy 3 or more items on the Revolution site at the moment. So they seem to have a few different things. It was hard to try and get information from the Instagram account. But one of the things that they have is this blurring balm, which is meant to be a pore blurring compact, which is interesting that it also comes with like a little mirror. So yeah, I couldn't find it on the site, but I'm assuming that they are there. I just, yeah, it's late at night. It's almost midnight and I'm at this. And they also have this like primer as well, like the Super Dewy primer, and a couple of different kind of bits and pieces. You know, Makeup Revolution, they're fairly inexpensive, so if you are interested in that, then do please check it out. Yeah, Missa pointed that out after we had finished.
We're on to sneak peeks now. Thank Christ, this is a long one. Good luck editing. This is from ColourPop Cosmetics. This is the Sweet Paradise. It's a UV pastel neon liner palette, and it is apparently yeah. There's a lot of these coming out. They're just coming out of the woodwork. It's like every cosmetic brand got like a memo at the same time and all went.
I like it. It's in a palette. Like, I'm tired of the single ones.
Yeah.
Kind of easy to use.
Yeah. I
could see you with this, Elaina.
Yeah. I think it's smart. So the next one is Rebel Rouge Labs, and I don't want to say that they annoyed me, but they drip fed this 9-pan palette that they're coming out with. So they gave the first 3 shades, and then a couple of days later they're like, here's the other 3 shades, and then a couple of days later they're like, here are the other 3 shades. So I have 3 separate pictures of what this all looks like together. So the first image that you should see is like a shimmery brown, and then a yellow, and like a very like shimmery green, like a metallic-y green. And then the next one you should see is like an orange, a sort of like a browny goldy glittery thing, and then a more chartreuse color. And then you should see another sort of a gold, an aubergine purple, and then a metallic purple. Like, I see the swatches and I'm just kind of a bit like, I get it as a Halloween theme because it's part of their Halloween theme, but I'm just, I can't, there's a lot of shimmer. There's a lot of metallic. So I'm a bit, yeah.
Sometimes, somehow, those fingers look like a flesh-eating disease.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm like, it's just a weird way to show off your product. To be like, I'm going to cover my whole finger in it. Why not just swatch them?
I really like it though. But
I like the colours. I mean, there's a chartreuse green in there.
It makes me think of carrots, seeing the orange swatch.
Yeah. It's definitely like the tones are very Halloween.
Yeah. So
I think it makes an awful lot of sense. I think they're very like on topic. So like it's not bad. And that's going to be out August 14th to August 30th is the pre-order window, apparently. So yeah, if you're interested in that. Odin's Eye have given a sneak peek to this particular palette. So it does look like there's a lot of blues, there's greens, but then there's a whole lot of neutrals. So they're a Swedish brand, if anybody is interested. Next one then is Chanel Cosmetics.
Chanel,
SHANEL, not like Chanel as in like fancy pants. Yeah, it's New Nudes and Glam eyeshadow palette, which is apparently available soon. A lot of similar brown shades. some similar purple shades, some similar red shades. I'm gonna do it. It's happening. Edit yourself. Yep. Why don't you edit yourself? I mean, seriously, why don't they? Yeah, I don't want to talk about that anymore. Now we're on to the actual Chanel, the like.
Did you do that on purpose?
No, it was just a happy
Teresa.
I was sitting in my office on my lunch break, just trying to frantically put this together. So I was like, meh. But yeah, this kind of weirdly worked out. This is their new Les Chaînes de Chanel. Don't you love my French accent? Illuminating blush powder. It's part of, God forgive me, their holiday collection.
As in Christmas?
As in Christmas. No. We don't talk about that until we're well into winter.
November.
Yeah, November is an appropriate time.
After Thanksgiving, you're allowed to talk about Christmas.
I think once Halloween is done, then I'm like, okay, now you can bring it up. But yeah, it's $70 as well. So, and they have a chunk of other things as well that they're apparently coming out with, but I haven't got any pictures for that. Posh Culture are coming out with this neon palette, which reminds me an awful lot of Blush Tribe's neon palette that they did a couple of years ago, which of course you can't get anymore because they're no longer a brand. Life is hard. But yeah, if you want a neon palette, you never know. Glam Cosmetics have given us this sneak peek.
What is with the fingers?
Fingers! Look at mine. They're very like...
It's alien fingers.
I mean, you wouldn't want to have like a finger phobia or whatever. Like, yeah, I mean...
But look at that blue.
I mean, I still think you need to have merch that says, look at that blue, and just a big blob of blue paint. Like, I think that'd be good. So Lancome, again, God forgive me, more holiday releases.
Oh my goodness. Look at that highlighter.
Yeah. I mean,
woo!
I'm not going to lie, I kind of want it.
I know.
I loved it. Yeah. I know.
That's maybe the most beautiful thing I've seen all year.
Yeah. I'm excited about that. And like even everything else, like the shape that's embossed on it, it looks so special.
And the packaging catching the light.
Like you could use that as a display piece.
Oh,
and 100%. No price point, right?
Oh, I mean, it's going to be Lancome price points. It's probably going to be like $50 or something.
I wouldn't want to use it.
Yeah. I'd just take it out and look at it every so often and be like, oh.
That is stunning.
It is really pretty. I like that. So that's, I mean, the eyeshadow palette, don't care. I mean, you can definitely get, the e.l.f. bite size, the little 4-pan. That will give you the exact same look on that for $3, FYI. And then the lipsticks, I mean, whatever it is, what it is. These are just sneak peeks of outsides of palettes. This is VE Cosmetics. It's their Green Witch palette.
Oh, Teresa.
If there isn't greens in it, I'm going to be annoyed because I'm looking for a green palette this year.
This has your name all over it.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm very witchy.
Exactly.
So, like, I mean, I had said if Jeffree Star was coming out with a green palette this year, I'd be really annoyed because I'm obviously not getting anything from him. So I need somebody else to do it for me. So if that is what it is, I'll be happy. This next one, I didn't even need to see the brand. I knew exactly who it was because it's just so on theme with all of the stuff they've done before. This is Menagerie Cosmetics. It's their Arthurine 9-pan blush palette.
A 9-pan blush palette.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how that'll work and how versatile that'll actually be. So we'll see. I told you we were coming back to
No.
I told you.
Oh my God.
I told you. It's their theme. What? It's this. So it is. Oh God, can I even say this? Am I?
What is on that ice cream?
This is so bad. And so many.
What white sauce is on that ice cream?
I don't think it's sauce. Put the children away, cover their ears. This is what the palette is called. If you can't read, because it will have been on your screen, Lick Me Till Ice Cream again.
That is grotesque looking at that ice cream.
Brand? Is this the same brand with a gun? Oh, that's very on brand.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Now that I've seen the two of them together, I'm like, this actually just seems to be this owner is like, yeah, that's totally fine.
Well, the name of the brand is Shut Up
and Slay Cosmetics.
Have you noticed what is on the ice cream?
Hold on. Oh.
That's a, what's that called? A George the Fourth or something?
Oh.
That is a, can I say it?
Yeah.
That is a penis.
Yes, that's what I thought. Thank you.
It is. That's why I'm like, yeah, that's not white sauce. I'll never get monetized.
No, you won't. I'm sorry.
This is awful. Again.
That is really grim. Sorry.
Edit
that out. That is really grim.
Yeah. I mean, I don't often say like, oh, I'm not going to buy from a brand because I like to give them a chance. But I'm like, in 2 goes, you've shown us really, really inappropriate stuff. Like, just not.
I just think, like, if you had a little girl, she would look at that packaging and be drawn to it because of the font and the colour and the girls on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or a little boy. I mean, anyone, because it's that kind of vibe. That makes me feel really icky.
Yeah. This is what I was saying earlier. I was like, we're going to see them again, and you're going to know what it is and why I'm ranting. So we'll move on because I'm like, I don't want to give this any more
I guess
time.
there is a certain audience for this kind of makeup. The same one was on my channel yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, happier things. DD Signature, which is a black-owned brand, they're collaborating with Danielle Nicole Tutorials. So they're coming out with a new palette. It is the Alexa Queen. So that will be coming out, when did they say? The 21st of August. So that's coming out soon. Eng Cosmetics have given a sneak peek to the outside of this palette. So, I mean, I'd like it if they have the colours that they're showing on this, because that'd look interesting. Oh, we're going to talk about it. It's happening.
I was wondering if you'd slip it in before we filmed.
Yeah. This is the new Jeffree Star palette. We've only seen the outside of it. And remember when he went on like this rant about like, I have waited to have so many palettes before I put my face onto my palette because I just I don't like him. And now he's put himself all over this one, which is called Orgy. It's meant to be a nude palette, which okay.
Oh, matte as well.
A bit, yeah, on the nose, like. And I'm like, was your last palette not fairly neutral? And also, when he's saying nude, I'm going to say it, it's happening. Is it only going to be nude for white people?
Pretty much, probably.
As he always forgets about people with melanin.
And he's doing a new Magic Star powder formula.
I mean, I'm going to say it, like, one of the special things about Jeffree Star eyeshadows, because they are good, like, let's not.
They're fantastic. Yeah. They are fantastic.
And that's why I think a lot of people waited so long to be like, and try and separating him from the brand, but it was very.
That's what I was doing.
Yeah, but it's very hard to do over time, and then you're like, oh crap, I really do just have to go with this. One of the things that is really good about it is his shimmer formulas. They are so good, right?
And this new one that you brought out since Bloodlust. Woo!
Yeah. So he's coming out with a new palette. It's not going to sell very well, let's be real, right? Cremated is still in stock everywhere. Like he's already, like he's screwed the pooch on that one. Now
that'll be on sale soon.
It will. And I will laugh and laugh and laugh because I'm a horrible person. But it's like he's like deliberately trying to shoot himself in the foot. It reminds me a little bit of when Kat Von D was in a lot of trouble. Yes, I'm mentioning Kat Von D and Jeffree Star at the same time. They used to be besties, but then they weren't anymore. Isn't it funny how he has that pattern with people? Mm-hmm. But remember when everyone was like, oh, we can't buy from Kat Von D anymore? And I was like, oh, why not? And they were like, oh, anti-vax. And I was like, ah, crap. And they're like, also anti-Semitic. And I was like, ah, Jesus. Although probably not the correct.
You need to make a video about him not addressing everything. But in the video, he says, I'm addressing everything. He didn't do anything.
Hours. He'd be there for hours about all the things that he's never addressed. We're not going to talk about this.
But he only addressed his poor grandma. I'm like, poor grandma.
Oh, like it's just, yeah. But it reminds me of when Kat Von D got cancelled, which ended up working out in the end because she got essentially bought out and she's not associated with KVD anymore. But I remember kind of being so sad because I was like, oh, I really like her stuff and this is so sad because I do like her palettes. And then everything that came out after that, I was like, oh my God, this is really boring. I don't want this. Is this what's happening? That it's like he's releasing stuff now that I probably wouldn't have wanted anyways. And I'm like, oh, this is a very happy accident. Well done.
I just know I'll see it and I will want it.
Don't worry.
I wonder if it's got like pinky nudes in it from looking at the packaging, but I won't get it obviously.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't sell out and I hope it doesn't go well so that he realizes there's consequences.
But he always says like he's sold out. And then suddenly it's back in stock a couple of weeks later.
Oh yeah, he'll do limited stock so that it does sell out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah. Anyway.
What do you think, Elaina?
I'm not interested. I mean, I wasn't that interested in his makeup before, but I have the couple of palettes that are really phenomenal. But I can't support him anymore for the same reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He proved that he hasn't changed. He just proved. You know?
Yeah. And you see, I didn't know about a lot of it up until the last couple of months.
No, me either.
Like, because I tend to not look into drama that much because it's just so negative.
Tiring.
Yeah.
And I didn't know about Shane Dawson, old videos. I've never seen that either. Yeah. And I saw that, I'm like, wow, that's bad.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not getting this. I don't want it. Let him be. Let him be on his weird packaging. Like.
And I'm wearing Focallure Sunrise palette, which is a copy of the new nudes, but the Huda Beauty. You have the copy. And the pinky nude, so there you have it.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. If it does end up being like a pinky nude, there are definite.
Well, I've got all the Huda ones, so
yeah. You're fine. You're fine.
So after we finished filming, they actually showed pictures of the entire collection. And I'm not going to say that I am some sort of an amazing psychic, but I'm obviously an amazing psychic. So they had this big 30-pan super matte palette. And by they, I mean Jeffree Star. And I had said in the video that I thought it probably wouldn't suit darker skin tones. And let's be real. It isn't. And when I saw it, the first thing I thought of was, is that not a Beauty Bay palette? You can get pretty much the exact same palette, although I would argue a little bit more interesting, by Beauty Bay for €25.50. But this, rather cheekily, is being sold for $62. That is the Orgy palette. The mini Orgy palette has metallic or frost shades, which I think was really... deceitful or something, or manipulative of him, because we were kind of saying it was so weird that he just had matte formulas and didn't bother with including any shimmers when he's known for his shimmers. So now a lot of people are going to end up buying both palettes because they feel that they'll need to have one with the other. So it just feels like a bit of a money grab. That is $28. In my mind, that peachy shade in the middle, the corally shade, that looks so much like one of the highlighters he has from his 24 karat highlighter collection. So that's interesting. He also has a number of glosses. They're $18. They don't look fantastic. He has the Nude Mini Liquid Lipstick Vault. There are 25 shades, and of those 25 shades, 20 exist, and there are 5 new shades. But there's no information on whether or not you could buy the 5 new shades separately because the vault itself is $160. So again, seems like a massive cash grab. He also has the Magic Star Luminous Setting Powder in 9 different shades. It's infused with vitamin E and C, controls oil. It apparently has light reflecting pearls and has a blurring effect. And it is $22 each. When I was looking at the shade range on that, I have to say, pretty darn rubbish. Missa was saying, though, if she was still buying from them, because we talked about this on Zoom afterwards, that this would have probably been the thing that she would have gone for herself. But obviously, she's not getting it. I'm not getting it. Elaina is not getting it either. He of course always has those silly little fashion accessories, which I never understood. He has swim shorts for $45, cotton lounge shorts for $35, an iridescent light nude star mirror for $25. I mean, those were such a thing at one point, and now I'm seeing so many people just selling theirs on because they can't even stand to look at it, which, you know, how far the mighty have fallen. An iridescent light nude star mirror, $25, as I said. A chocolate soft touch star mirror, $25. Nude leaf soft touch mirror, $30. A nude crossbody bag for $45, and a velour liquid lipstick lip orgy makeup display, a 2-pack, $25. They're going to be available August 21st at 10 a.m. Look, there are so many more affordable brands that are not problematic. Like, just go to Beauty Bay. You'll get it there. It just makes more sense. But yeah, we figured we put this into this video as a little voiceover just to let you know what they look like, let you know our general thoughts. I am speaking on behalf of Elaina and Missa, but you know, you can trust me. They'll correct me next episode if I get anything wrong. But yeah, that is the Jeffree Star.
This is a new brand. This is Cultured Cosmetics. They're not available yet, but they're coming out August 21st, and this is a shot of some of the stuff that they have. So it seems to be a lot of pigments, a 15-pan eyeshadow palette, and some lashes. So yeah, I mean, fair enough. Not for me, but there you go.
American.
I don't know. That's literally all I know about them. Like, I don't have any idea of price points. So I'd say we'll probably know more next week once they're like officially there. Yeah, we'll probably talk about that more next week. Exa Beauty is a new brand, and they're getting ready to launch the first ever product, which is a foundation. It's very ambitious for a new brand to have their first product be a foundation.
Yeah.
Because people are never happy with foundation releases. They're always like, there's not enough shades, you're not thinking of undertones. And that's me taking off myself because I'm the person who's normally whinging about that. Brave. Be interesting to see. They don't have any information really on like if it's like medium coverage or whatever. They did say that they are a new clean brand because that's like the buzz thing. So yeah, I know, whatever that means. Like, so yeah, that's coming out soon. Ashley Tisdale, which sounds like a familiar name to me. Who is she again?
She was in not Glee. What's the one with Zac Efron?
Oh, High School Musical.
High School Musical.
Oh, sorry. Oh no. Oh, okay. I know the one now because I was like, it sounds familiar, but I couldn't figure out who it was. Is she competing with Selena Gomez? Like, is that what's happening? Yeah, so this is her new brand. Is French, spelled Frenshie, Frenchy, essentially.
No.
It's, yeah.
No one cares.
Yeah, I mean, let's bleh. That's it for like the new makeup stuff. So now we just have an enabler alert. So the first thing that we have to talk about, I got very excited about this because this was put into our massive WhatsApp chat, which if you are a Patreon of Mrs., you end up in a WhatsApp chat and it moves at the speed of light. But every so often, if you happen to dip in at the right time, you see a fantastic thing like this, which the beautiful Jenny actually put up onto the Facebook group as well, for those of us who aren't able to keep up with it. This is Spectrum. So Spectrum are really well known for their brushes, and they have their brush set. There's, I think it's 10 brushes or something in there that are technically worth £99, but you can
30 brushes.
What?
It's 30 brushes.
30 brushes. I'll be honest, I went and I bought it without even thinking.
Okay.
Gone.
Is it so okay? No.
Yeah, I'd say you could probably, get it. I mean, I bought it without even thinking.
Well, it's 30 brushes, you'll be glad to know.
I'm delighted. I didn't have the 10 at that price, because Spectrum are good brushes. So, yeah, so it was down to £40 because there was an imperfection on the handle, which let's be.
Doesn't matter.
And you can use the code Sarah25 for an extra 25% off, so you could get them for £32. Which
it's nuts.
Bonkers.
I'm gonna go look if I can get them in.
I thought you were actually gonna get up and go because you started to shift, and I was like, you don't have to go straight away. We are almost done. We're not quite there. I'm gonna put the link down below.
You have to.
Video on the off chance that they are still selling by the time this goes up. Hopefully they are. But yeah, I thought that was an amazing deal. Next one is Lime Crime. They have up to 50% off site-wide.
Ooh.
So I quite like a lot of Lime Crime stuff. I like their eyeshadows. I like their liquid lips. So if you can get anything for 50% off, that's pretty darn good. Huda then have this thing where it's meant to be over 50% off. It's retailing for $44, which does seem to be, you're getting a good deal in that, say that 9-pan pastel rose obsession palette. That's what, £28? Something like that. It's 20 something pounds. So you're getting that, you're getting a bag, you're getting a liquid matte lipstick in the shade Bombshell, which is usually what, 20-ish pounds, £22?
Yeah, and it's a really popular shade.
Yeah, and you are also getting the Kylie Citrus fragrance in a 10 milliliter bottle. So
except I heard that palette isn't that good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen swatches, so it's
Yeah, but on the off chance, that there's going to be somebody out there that may be interested in that and they really like Huda. I mean, there you go. Tarte, I think I'm talking about them every single week. They just have a constant sale happening. This is apparently up to 65% off on some of their items, and you can get an additional 20% off if you use the code SALE. So I know some people really like things like Shape Tape, etc. I'll be honest, Tarte has never tickled my pickle.
Mm-hmm. The Shape Tape is bomb though.
Yeah, but it's just everything in there is quite neutral. Barry M have a ton of sets of things that are value sets. So say for instance, the first one here is this summer glitz set. It's £17.50 and it has some face jewel things, some glitters, a glitter bomb liquid shadow, and some nail polishes. So that's pretty good for £17.50.
Poor Barry M though, they're missing out on all the festivals this year.
Yeah.
And that's when we buy all this.
That's the thing, They also have the Summer Sun, which is £17.50. Again, it comes with a little bag, some nail polishes, glitters, that sort of thing. And they have the Tropical Bronze, which is £20. So there's a little bit more to that in that it has an eyeshadow palette, some more of the face jewelry things, and £20. It's not bad.
That's a good deal.
They're pretty darn good. Nip and Fab have a big sale on at the moment. So if you spend over £25, you get 30% off if you use the code SAVE30. If you're spending over £50, you can get 40% off if you use the code SAVE40. And if you spend £75, you'll get 50% off if you use the code SAVE50. Not bad, if you really like Nip and Fab and you use a lot of their skincare and you're yeah, that's the thing for me.
I've never heard of them, to be honest.
Yeah, they're maybe they're not in the US.
Oh yeah.
I know that Rosie has done a haul of some of their stuff on her channel before, that she's I've got this from Nip and Fab, and yeah, I think was she talking about doing a tanning thing with them at one point. Morphe have 50% off some of their brushes apparently. Morphe has just had constant sales.
I got the Jaclyn Hill brush set, the big one.
Yeah, I saw that in your video. You were I've got it on Klarna. Because I can't. I was yeah, fair. I mean, if it was on sale, you kind of wouldn't want to miss out on that. Because you do is it the JH06?
I've got 3 now.
just in case.
Yeah.
I understand. Juvia's Place has 40% off Sunset Vibes, so you can get some of their stuff for 40% off. Sorry, Cece is like coming in. Cece! I'm like, we need to have a thing with her in, but no.
Come on, Cece.
No, she's not. She doesn't care. She's just being a brat. I can always wander off and get her at the very end and just be like, I have forced her here against her will. Next one, Clarisonic has 50% off, and part of why they have their stuff as 50% off is they're going out of business. They're closing down. Clarisonic with the brush heads and the cleaning of the faces, they're done now.
Isn't that for skin?
Yeah, it's meant to like be really abrasive for your skin. No, she's just like coming in and sniffing all the boxes that are there. And my mother is like trying to like shepherd her towards me. It's like just
Teresa, your mom is there.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Hi, Teresa's mom.
Hi, Mother Teresa.
Yes, this is being recorded. So she's like, no, don't want to have my voice on this. So yeah, we have the beautiful Cece here, because I did actually have a lot of people in the comments of the last video being like, oh, cat. And I was like, yeah, of course you like the cat more than you like me. So
Both Teresa and I met Cece in person. And
yeah,
it's like
she's so sweet. She's not impressed. We're near the end. Yeah, we're near the end. Notice Beauty have a sale that started yesterday, so from Thursday on. So they'll have a few things going on there. Eng Cosmetics have 30% off the particular palette that is being shown on screen. You don't need a code. It's down to $17.50. Artitude Cosmetics have a clearance sale that is going on until the 31st of August. And actually, somewhere in the sea of stuff that I have to put away this weekend, Cheryl, the beautiful Cheryl, who goes by Nemesis Marple on both YouTube and Instagram, sent me on like a ridiculous amount of Artitude Cosmetics things. She was like, oh, it's just one or two things. And I was like,
nice.
It wasn't one or two things. She lied. There was a lot of lashes. There's a little book of lashes, and there was liquid lipsticks and eyeshadows. So she was like, oh, it was in a sale. And I was like, it was still cost you. You're mad, in the nicest way. She's a fabulous person. So yeah, they do seem to have a lot of good stuff for sale at the moment. What is this one? This is Yas Glitters, because I have to say it like that. They have a buy two get one free, and that is ending on the 17th of August. And these shadows retail generally for $2.99, so you could get 3 shadows together for $5.98, which is pretty good. Like it's not bad, like for an indie brand. And very, very last thing, Enga Cosmetics have free shipping on all orders, $20 or more if you use the code free ship. That's it.
Woo! That's all 90 pages done.
Yeah. I'm gonna have fun editing this, but that is it. That is the end of the video. Do please like, comment and subscribe. For the love of God, go to Elaina's channel. Come join us when she's doing her live. Evening, i.e. Sunday at 8 British time. It's brilliant. She's usually there for a few hours, so you really get a bang for your buck. Brilliant. I really enjoy it. But that is it. Do please like, comment and subscribe. Do please share, because sharing is caring, unless of course it's an STD, in which case, like, wrap it up. Don't be gross. Be safe. Social distance. All of that. Platitudes. But that is it. We will see you in the next video. Bye.
Au revoir.